Hey, 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 peace and love. Peace and love. Great rising. Good morning. Blessed day. All that good stuff. Where we at? All right, here we are. What's going on, good people? Happy Soulful Sunday. Happy Soulful Sunday. Happy Soulful Sunday, beautiful people. Here with another Sunday Light installment, another sermon. Sunday sermon, as some would say. I ain't got my belt. I need my belt. And yeah, I forgot my belt. But it's all good. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Come on in. Come on in. Share this live. Share this live. Some of your friends, 5 to 10 of your friends who may be interested in tuning in. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, good people. I'm feeling slim. Day 4 of this watermelon challenge, 31 days of watermelon, already feeling slim. My body was, I worked out again yesterday, right? For the first time in a month. The run, the push-ups, the pull-ups, the ab rollers, the resistance bands, all of the stuff. And rode a bike for 20 minutes, ran for 40 minutes, rode a bike for 20 minutes. Did some walking up some stairs, right? A lot of stairs. So my body was cramping up on me, right? Some aches and pains, but I was able to stretch through and move through that and right, massage myself through that, legs, and yeah, today we feeling strong. Today we feeling like the muscles are right already working, right? But peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Come on in, come on in, come on into the live, come on into the segment. And have a very, very, very powerful talk today. Very, very powerful talk. I'm thoroughly inspired. I, I I've had one of the most inspiring 2 days, Thursday and Friday, in Delaware that I've ever had in my life, relating to like just empowerment, right? Relating to empowerment and opportunities, not just for me, but for young people. What I witnessed at the Limitless World Summit was nothing short of, and what I experienced at the Limitless World Summit, nothing short of breathtaking, nothing short of exhilarating, nothing short of divine alignment. Divine alignment, divine alignment. I promise I've learned some things that we've heard before, but I've learned them through life experience, lived experience, that every single thing happens for a reason. And so today's Sunday Light segment is titled Accepting the Divine Plan for Your Life. Accepting the divine plan for your life. Can you accept the divine plan for your life? Can you accept God's plan for you with grace? With grace and humility. I know that humility, that word, recently in recent years has gotten a funny rap, right? Because people try to humble you, make you think less of yourself, right? That's one definition of humility. That is one definition of humility, a low self view, right? That is. So no, I would never say be humble in that way. See yourself as great. See yourself as divine. See yourself as protected. See yourself as chosen, right? To be here. See it. You are here. You made it here. That's divine. That's powerful, right? But when I'm speaking about being humble, I'm not speaking about seeing yourself lowly. I'm talking about understanding that as great as you are, everything could be taken away in a moment. As great as you may think you have things, the people who you think you love, the way you think you are, right? Your body, everything could be lost in an instant. In an instant. So can you accept the divine plan for your life with grace and humility? Babe, can you get my black belt? And then the sage too, please, Palo Santo. Thank you. That's First Lady, right? First Lady, we're gonna get her on here. We're gonna get her into the segment in a few weeks. Right, we're gonna work on some stuff that she could share. She is an incredibly brilliant woman, incredibly brilliant, incredibly talented, incredibly loving and nurturing and nourishing and supportive of not just me, but of her family, her friends, the people, the young people specifically. So she has a lot to share. So she's gonna come in a few weeks with some announcements and a couple of other things. She's gonna join the segment. We're gonna expand this service, right? You could like do it. Thank you. All right, we're gonna yeah, man. We're gonna grow this thing. We're gonna grow this ministry, right? Slowly but surely, little by little. There's a lot happening, so As of right now, we are just showing up here on the live on Sundays at 8 a.m. But eventually, we're going to be in person. Right? We're going to be in person. We're going to have a space. And Sunday mornings, 8 a.m., you're going to be able to come to the space. Right? Open to the public. Right? Obviously, it's no religious denomination. It's just love and light. Right? Literally, just love and light. We just want to share light. As we know, light equates to knowledge. Right? Light equates to access. Right? Light equates to an opening of the mind, an opening of the heart, an opening of the spirit. But can you accept the divine plan for your life with grace and humility? And on that note, as she burns some sage, it's not lighting. Yeah, we got some. Okay, there we go. We got some torches last week, 2 weeks ago for Bless the Corners that are absolutely terrible. You got these from Dollar Tree?
No, I didn't actually.
Oh.
Paid like $7.
Pay $7 for these torches that barely worked the day we got them.
What was enough to bless the corners?
It was. The sage is terrible. Hold on, no. I'm gonna light the.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Burn some sage and get into a prayer. All right, it's okay. Yeah, barely. Yeah, let's try it again. Yo. Yo, listen, these are the challenges. This is the reality of life, right? You try to light something, it doesn't always light, right? If you wanna, it's a symbolic. You got the flame, right? You got the tool, right? You got the subject. But it doesn't always connect as you want it to connect. It takes a little bit of persistence. Sometimes you got to switch the tool, right? Sometimes you got to switch the object, right, that you are using to spark light, right? You got to switch the books up, switch the delivery up, right? Switch the approach up, right? It's so symbolic, so symbolic. Everything is divine. I said that a few moments ago, right? Even this moment is divine alignment, right? And she's getting it. A little persistence, a little patience, a little focus, right? A little focus, a little more faith. Yo, on the run vegan. Peace and love, my brother Alex. Top of the morning. Listen, we talking about coming down to visit you in Miami, my brother, with that vegan food truck, you heard? Talking about coming down to see you, man. You meet my boo, right? And we have some good food. That's a bar. You know, I'm a star. And we're going to go real far as long as we go together, whether in a Jeep or a car. We could bear any weather. I'm really like that. But give thanks, my love. Give thanks. Burn some sage. Let's get into a prayer. Right? Is topic of today's talk is the divine plan for your life. Can you accept it? And that means that in your life, you may go down roads. You may be on a path where it may be bumpy. It may be a little rough. It may be a little dark. There will be some challenges. There will be some adjustments. And so in this moment, on this day, I pray for those folks who are going down a hard path. Those folks, those brothers and those sisters, young and old, near and far, those known and unknown, who are having a tough time, who are enduring the darkness of their journey, who are enduring the pitfalls, who are navigating through the roadblocks, who are adjusting and switching lanes and going through the traffic and having to go slow and making all the adjustments. Those who are suffering, those who feel lost, those who don't feel seen, those who feel like they'll never make it to their destination. Send special prayers for them. Those who see no way out, those who can't see beyond their current situation, I send a special prayer for them. Those who think that because life is not going the way they think it should be going right now, that they will never get there, that it will never work out for them, that it is not working out for them, that they are cursed. I send a special prayer for them. That they understand that this point in their journey and everything before that they have went through that has been unfair, that's been unfair, that they deem unfair, that they deem should not be happening, that they understand that this is leading them to where they desire to be. Every single thing in our path leads us to where we want to be, and I pray that our brothers and sisters, young and old, near and far, those known and unknown, I pray that they get this wisdom. I pray that they can sit in their hearts, they can sit deep in their spirits, and they can know that the tougher the journey, as tough as it may be right now, and as much as they need to cry, and as much pain as they may be, and as much as they need to yell and scream and shout, right, and get on the phone with loved ones, and as much as they have so much emotion that they can't even express, I pray that they know that this is leading them to the beautiful place, paradise. I pray that they get this wisdom. I pray that someone comes to them, that they receive an angel, they receive a message that lets them know that it is okay, that lets them know that it's okay to feel. It is okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to feel hurt. It's okay to feel betrayed. It's okay to feel let down. It is okay to feel disappointed. It is okay. Because the losses are real. The failures are real. They hurt. They don't feel good. And I pray that our people have the resilience spirit that is already in them, the spirit of God, the spirit of all of their ancestors from 100 and 1,000 and 10,000 years ago and even before. I pray that they know that they can see into a future that is brighter than the current present that they are living in, the current reality. I pray that they see a future that propels them and that inspires them to keep going through the darkness. He said, if you were going through hell, keep going, because if you turn around, you're still in hell. So keep going. I pray that they have the strength. I pray that they have the wherewithal. I pray that they have the support system to lift them up when they are down. I pray that we all have the support system, have people around us, whether a lover, a parent, a child, a friend, a sibling, a co-worker, a mentor. I pray that we have people in our lives who lift us up when we feel down, who give us strength, even if through words when we feel weak. I pray for our persistence. I pray for our resilience, knowing that if we stick to the script, if we keep our head down until we come up, we will see the light once again. That is my prayer for us all on this morning, this beautiful Sunday, May 4th, 2025. Ashe. So, accepting the divine plan for your life. Some people will say, some people like to think, I'm one of those people, that we humans, spirit beings, having a human experience, chose this existence. Now, some people used to say, I ain't choose to be here. My parents created me. I ain't choose. I get it. Consciously, in this human form, we did not choose to be here, because why would we choose to be born into poverty? Why would we choose to be born into a family that's on drugs, drug addicted, alcohol addicted? Why would we choose to be born into a family where there's violence, where there's domestic abuse, when spouses are arguing and yelling and fighting, and parents are abusing children, and children don't have enough to eat? Why would we choose to be born into a place like that? Why would we choose to be born at a time when children all around the world are dying? When children in this country right here in America are dying, or being kidnapped left and right. Organ harvesting, real. Sex trafficking, real. Why would we choose to be born in a town where it seems the world is falling apart? Why would we choose to be born into a life where, as young children, we will witness murders, we will witness rapes, our bodies will be violated? Why would we choose to be born into this reality? I'm going to tell you why. Because we know intuitively, we know innately, we know as spirit. Jim Rohn asked a question. He said, if you could create a human, what would you put them through to make them great? If you could create a human, if you and your mind could create a person, What would you have to put them through to make them great, to make them legendary? What would you have to put them through? You would have to put them through everything. They will have to experience great loss. They will have to experience great failure. They will have to experience great rejection, right? They will have to expect something of someone and be disappointed, be let down, be betrayed. They said when you ask God for patience, patience doesn't just magically appear at your door. You are tested with situations in which to be patient. When you ask for strength, strength doesn't come at your door like, here I am, you see me. No, you're faced with situations that test your strength, that test your resilience, that test your resolve, that test your ability to withstand the pain, to withstand the storm. When you ask for abundance, you are tested with, can you survive with nothing? You may lose everything, but you ask for abundance. I ask for abundance, but I lost everything. Because in order to receive the abundance that you pray for, that you ask for, in the solace of your heart, you have to be tested. Can you experience nothing and be grateful still? Can you experience nothing? Can you have nothing and still be grateful? Most people cannot. Most people curse God when they lose things. You got to be able to lose everything. There's a story in the Christian text of Job being tested, losing everything, but never cursing God, never cursing the divine plan for his life. Understanding that as bad as it is, I've lost everything, but I know my God got me. How do I know? Because I'm still here. I'm still here. As hurt as I am, I'm still able to wake up. I'm still able to walk. I'm still able to talk. I'm still able to think with a sound mind. I'm still able to keep going. God got me. I'm still here for a purpose. And then what happens? What happens when you endure? Brother said a few days ago at the Limitless World Summit, Brother Keenan D. Williams, shout out to him. Incredible brother I met one time, but his story is powerful. The things that he's done is absolutely powerful. The things that he's doing is absolutely powerful. His speech, his delivery, his connection, absolutely powerful. He said, this is an endurance race. Can you endure? It's a song, right? It's, can you stand the rain? Can you stand the rain? Can you endure all of the pain, all of the loss, all of the rejection, all of the failure, all of the betrayal, right? All of the disappointment. Can you endure it? And I promise you that if you can endure it, greatness, beauty, harmony, abundance is right on the other side. But you got to go through some things. You got to go through some things. Why? Because you got to prove yourself worthy. I understand that we all like to think that we're worthy of everything, and we are. We all are deserving of the best life has to offer. All of us, every single person. Your age, your race, your creed, your financial status, all of us. However, you have life. That's enough. You have life. What are you doing with that now? How are you then proving your worth? You are worthy. You got life. Now, what are you doing to prove it? What are you doing to show gratitude? What are you doing? What are you making of your life? Your parents, two parents created you, regardless of how crazy the situation was. There's some people who are born out of rape. There's some people who never know their father. Their father raped their mother. This man raped this woman. Child was created. Child was born. I know some people like that, born out of rape, never know their father. There's some people who are born out of rape, right? Whose mother died when they were young. No mother, no father, orphans. It's real stories. These are not just things that you hear about in movies or read about in books. These are real people stories. They're people who are born, their mother crack addicted. Their father died when they was young. So no father, right? They never met their father, mother on drugs, heavy. Real stories. It's real people experiencing real things in real time. Real struggles, real pain. But what happens is those people who have those experiences, right? And it is a plethora, a myriad of experiences that we could match together, right? But those people who have those experiences, who go through those things, and although initially, right, because we, depending on what family we come from, right, we may not be given the wisdom that this is part of a divine plan, right? We may be told the whole time, I'm so sorry you went through this, which is valid, right? You feel awful that people are going through certain things. 100% it's okay to express that. But we need to be able to give our children the wisdom that this is painful, this is hurtful, I'm sorry that this is happening to you, but this is happening for you. So please find the wisdom in it. Find the beauty in it. Find the joy in it. Because there is joy, beauty, and wisdom in all things. There is greatness in all things. Can you find it? Say, those who experience the most hardship become the most compassionate and become the greatest people. This is the greatest men in the world. The greatest men and women in the world are those who have experienced the most painful circumstances. Those circumstances, those situations that most people couldn't even handle. Most people couldn't even handle the thought of them. Most people couldn't even handle thinking about the situations, thinking about things that we go through. We tell some people stories and they cried our story. They cry just hearing the story. They feel just hearing the story. Imagine going through it. Imagine going through it. Imagine you being the one to go through the toughest things in your family, right? And tough things, right? Some people say, well, they were born into money or they had both parents or this, they traveled, then it shouldn't be that bad, right? These are people from old generations who don't understand that mental anguish, emotional anguish. So I can have physical things. I can have a home. I can have food. I can have nice clothing. But if I'm told every day that I ain't worth nothing, if I'm shown every day that my existence does not matter, if I am not seen, acknowledged, and heard, that's the thing that came up yesterday in our mental health awareness workshop. Being seen, feeling validated, feeling acknowledged by the people who are closest to you. First, foremost, your parents. What happens when our parents don't acknowledge us? What happens when our parents don't see us? Yes, you may see me physically. You may see me, physically see me. But do you see me? Do you see who I am? Do you see my emotions? Do you see my pain? Do you see my beauty? Do you see my greatness? Do you see my creativity? Do you see my love? Do you see what I want to put out into this world? Do you see me? Do you see what happens when our parents don't see us? And then not only do they not see us, but they shut us down when we try to be seen. Not only do they not see us initially, naturally, when we try to be seen, when we say things or do things to make ourselves seen, to try to make ourselves stand out, right? They shut us down. Nobody cares about that. Go over there. I'm too busy right now. There are parents who've been too busy to talk about real things for 20 years. 20 years, your child couldn't talk to you about the loss of their parent or how they felt about this thing that happened when they was in school. For 20 years, you've been too busy. It's tough. It's tough. It can make you not want to live. It can make you feel like you don't want to be here when your parents or your caretakers or anybody close to you doesn't see you. Not only doesn't see you, but shuts you down when you try to be seen. When you strive to be seen, they shut you down. Many of us, if not all of us, have experienced that to some degree. To some degree. It's tough. It's tough. It's brutal. It's brutal. I know what it's like. I've sat with a gun to my head. I know what it's like to not want to be here. I sat with a gun to my head, crying and praying for the strength to pull a trigger. Suicidal ideations and visions of being dead, visions of being found, blood splattered. Very real. But this is when we have to dig deep into our spirit, right? Either on our own or we have to have a support system. But this is when we dig deep. We dig deep and we find that extra bit of strength. Because there's always a little bit more. There's always a little bit more. There's always a little stronger you could be. You could always be a little stronger. Whether you got to find the strength in the book that you read, right? It could be any book that you read or something that you heard from someone. This is why it's important to get out your own head. This is why it's important to have people or places that you go that you know can fill you up when you don't feel full, when you feel empty, when you feel like your tank is on E, you need a gas station, right? When your tank is on E or when it's approaching E, you don't wait till it get empty, because when it get empty, what happens? You shut down. You driving across country. You're not going to wait for your gas tank, for your car to hit empty. You're not going to do that. You shouldn't do that. Some people do that. Some people do think they can make it an extra mile. I can make it. And some people do make it an extra mile because it's always a little bit more until it's not. And some people have broken down on the road when they knew they should have gotten gas 15 minutes ago. They knew it, but they thought, but they knew. They should have gotten it. I thought I could make it. Thought I could. And then it was a shutdown. Sometimes those shutdowns you don't come back from. Some breakdowns, some shutdowns, some empty gas tanks can't be refilled. So don't wait till your tank is on empty. recognize that this shit is getting empty. Pardon my language, but recognize that it is getting empty. I'm getting close to empty. I'm running on empty. It's not got a lot of gas left. I can't take a lot more. I can't go much further. I can't go much further. I need to go to a gas station. Who are your gas stations? Where do you go for gas? Is it your lover? Should be. I understand that sometimes it's not always. That it's not always your lover who gives you gas and fills you up. Sometimes they drain you. And that's a space for another conversation. Maybe you shouldn't even be there. But I understand this is divine plan, so you stay as long as you feel you need to stay. Right? Until it's too much. You can't take no more, and then you leave. Right? And I believe wholeheartedly that everything is reversible, that there's no damage done that can be to some degree healed, right? And or transmuted into power, where now you may never heal from that thing, right? That thing may always be a scar for you, right? It may always hurt you. However, you've been able to not be controlled by it. You've been able to not be shut down by it. You've been able to take that thing in your hurt, transmute it, transmogrify it, and make it something powerful. Not only that you can look at it like, whoa, but that other people can look at it and be inspired by. Like, whoa, that person went through so much. I can do it too. I can do it too, because this is the beauty of having people around us, is that it's not about comparison. It's not about saying my story is worse than your story. We don't do that here. We don't say, look, I've been through worse than you, so you don't know. It's not what we do here. However, the point of having people around you who go through things and we share so that we can draw strength from each other. Like, wow, you went through that. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for enduring that. Thank you for surviving. You just gave me some strength to survive on my thing. That thing was tough. I don't know how you did it. I don't know how you did it. I may not have been able to do it. We got to be honest about that. Like, the things you went through, I may not be able to do. And this is the beauty of life, because there's something that your best friend went through that you say you can't go through. And there's some things that you go through that your best friend said they can't go through. All right. So that's why connection, and we spoke about it before. Connection is power. Connection is power. Connection breeds power. So connect with those around you. Connect deeply as possible with those around you. Those you work with, those you're in school with, those you live with, right? Those you live with in all capacities, grandmama, granddaddy, right? Uncle, aunt, niece, nephew, whoever you live with, whoever's in your home, connect with them as deeply as possible. Those who may not live in your home but are close to you, your neighbors, right? Connect. You have more power, so you can share more stories. And you realize that everybody's going through something. Everybody's going through something, and everybody need a little bit more love. Everybody need a little bit more grace. Everybody need a little bit more compassion, a little bit of understanding. And in doing that, right, and connecting and gaining the understanding, gaining a deeper clarity, gaining the becoming more compassionate, becoming more graceful, becoming more loving, right? We start to see that all those things that we went through, that I went through, that she went through, that he went through, that we went through, that they went through, all of those things was for a reason. I promise you, if I don't lose my dad at 11 years old, if the most painful moment of my life doesn't happen when I'm 11 years old, I'm not the person I am today. If he died a month later, I'm not the person I am today. He had to transition when he did, on the day that he did, for me to become who I am, which is who I always wanted to be. They said, be careful what you ask for. I vividly remember being a young boy. And as I learned about, first, my dad was really great. My uncle was a boxing champion, really great, right? A great men around me, right? But like, they were around me. And so like, I didn't read about them in books, right? I saw them. But when I started to read books and learn about great people, right? Some of my greatest is Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, right? As I began to experience music and Michael Jackson, right? These spirits, these energies, went through some things. I realized that I want to be one of these greatest people. I want to be one of the greatest people to ever live. And I asked that, and then life showed me later on that in order to be one of the greatest people to ever live, you got to do what? Go through some of the greatest challenges. Overcome some of the greatest challenges. You got to lose your parent, your dad, your best friend at 11 years old. As you just finished elementary school, as you are entering middle school, as your body is changing, as your mind is changing, you lose your hero, your king. Then 3 years later, you got to lose your sister. 2 years later, you got to see a great friend killed by another friend. In between that time, you got to be talked to and bashed by your mama and other family members. Right? Got to doubt you and spew all this venom to you. towards you, at you. You got to go through that. You got to be married and divorced. You got to lose children. You got to be separated from your children. You got to make decisions that later you'll regret because they cause pain and harm to people that you love, your children, your parents, partner, friends, right? You got to go through all of that because you got to get that humility. Like, I'm great, but I cause harm. I'm great, I'm powerful, but I've caused harm. I've caused harm to people. Maybe I'm not as great as I think. Maybe I am as great as I think, but I'm still human, and so I'm still going to make mistakes in the eyes of others. I'm still going to cause harm. I'm great, I'm powerful, I'm brilliant, I'm creative, I'm accomplished, I'm successful, but I'm still human, so I still let people down. I still disappoint people. I still don't show up when they need me. I still say the thing that's not the best thing to say. I still don't show up the way they need me to, when they need me to, how they need me to. So be humble in my greatness. Be humble in my legendary status. Recognize that it ain't all about me. It's not all about my greatness. It's not all about my accomplishments. It's not all about that stuff. It's about how I treat people. And if I'm accomplishing great things but I'm treating people like crap, what is that worth? What is that worth? And so when I asked to be one of the greatest people to ever live, the divine said, okay, I got you. Right? Now, mind you, this is where it gets real powerful. It's because I only asked that because the divine put that in my head. You needed to ask, and it reminds me, babe. It reminds me of the movie Sinners. You had to ask to come in. I had to ask for it. You had to ask for the greatness. I had to ask. I want to be great. I want to be one of the greatest people to ever live. I want my name in these books. I want people to watch movies and documentaries about me. I asked for that. And by divine graces, I'm living that. I'm on the cover of freaking a magazine, right? Like, this is me. This is a real magazine with real pages, right? Like, it's not fake. It ain't a picture that I just printed that's fake, right? It's not. No, this is real. This is real, and it got real pictures of my babies in here, right? Where they at? Like, this is real life. This is real life. This is real. It's real life. Whole page, 3-page spread. 3-page spread. Name, big, bold letters. A couple thousand of these magazines distributed, right? Throughout the world. A couple thousand distributed throughout the world. And I'm in other books. I'm in newspapers, right? You can Google my name and it's pages of news articles, right? So I got what I asked for. But what did I have to endure? I'm getting emotional. I had to endure hell. I had to endure the worst of the worst. From physical abuse, from people who should not have abused me, to emotional torment from people who should have loved me and understood me or took time to understand me, to my own F-ups, right? My own causing people pain, causing people harm, feeling like crap, right? I contemplated suicide, guys. I sat with a gun, loaded gun to my head, praying for the strength to pull the trigger, gun off safety, drinking Hennessy, smoking weed. Could have been dead. I got shot 3 times. God came out the building behind me, gun in my face, and shot me 3 times. I went to prison. In prison, I saw a guy get his neck cut on the yard, not too far from me. Granted, they was in some stuff, right? So it's not like it was random, but it could have been, and it could have been me, right? Car accidents, fires, all types of things, all types of experiences, all types of pain, unwanted circumstances. But I endured only by the grace, only by the will of the Most High did that trigger not go off, right, when I was praying to pull it. Only by the grace of the Most High did the guy, when he had the gun in my face, lower it, shoot me in my legs and not in my face, right? It's only by the grace of the Most High. Only by the grace of the Most High, when I shot 9 shots at a group of people who I knew and loved, did no bullet hit them. Because I said I was going to kill somebody. In that moment, in that space, in that mindset of being drunk, high, depressed, and not really caring, got a death wish. I don't care if I live or die. I don't care if I go to jail forever or not. So I want to kill these people. I want to kill somebody because I want to kill myself, right? This is after I sat with the gun to my head, right? So although I didn't put the gun to my own head, I didn't mind losing my freedom or my life, right? I didn't mind. Only by the will of the Most High. I endured. I was spared. Life had a different plan for me. Even though I had plans, say when you make plans, I planned to take my life when I went to Maryland to my sister's house, 2003 October. I planned to take my life. I planned to take my life. I said, I'm going down there to take my life. I think I told my mother, I love you, Ma. I don't even think I told her I'll see you later. Or I think I left. I was like, I love you. I don't even think I said see you later because I had no plans to come back. I had a plan to go down there, wait till my sister goes to work, my niece goes to school, and kill myself. Why did I choose? I don't know. Maybe because, I don't know. Again, divine spirit. Maybe divine spirit knew that there it wouldn't happen. Right? Maybe at Queensbridge, right? Maybe somewhere else. I might have the guns in my head. I might hear a noise and, oh, snap, the trigger goes off. Because I jumped to a noise, right? But in Maryland, it was quiet. I was able to sit there at that point for a couple of minutes. Well, for a while, for like, about 10, 15 minutes. I was sitting there crying, drinking, smoking. Put the gun down, pick it back up. Divine plan. Because ultimately, through all of that, and through the tears that are in my eyes right now, I was able to create something great. I was able to build something that not only makes me feel good, but that makes a lot of people feel good. That a lot of people are able to benefit from the life that I was able to build for myself, right? I was able to go through that darkness. I was able to go in a dark place, face myself. And in turn, I was given the light. I faced myself and I accepted. I didn't curse the divine. I didn't say, God, why me? I didn't say this shouldn't be happening. So this is happening. It's effed up. It hurts. It's painful. But let's go. Let's dance. Let's do it. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. At no point, right? I mean, other than wanting to kill myself, but at no point did I say that this shouldn't be happening. All right. That's when I was like, yo, this shouldn't be happening in the life I have. It shouldn't be like this. That's why I wanted to kill myself. But from that point, it was like, okay, all of this pain has to be for a reason. Right? Somebody said, if you go through all the pain, if you're going through all the pain, you might as well keep going and get something from it. You might as well get something from your investment. You invested time, energy, literal blood, sweat, tears. You might as well get something from it. The only way to get something from it is to keep going. Stay in the race. Stay in the race. Keep going. Understand that persistence overcomes resistance. Understand that you are already resilient. The fact that you were born, you're already resilient. So just sustain that resilience. That's one of the brands, SR, sustain resilience. Sustain your resilience. You here. You here. Like you were born and you're here. Whatever age you are, wherever you are in your life, you are here. You've had to be resilient already. So just sustain that resilience, the resilience that you've already exhibited, the resilience that you've already displayed. Just sustain it. Keep going. Keep going. Take all of the wisdom, all of the jewels from all of the past experience, specifically the most painful ones, and paint a masterpiece. The world is your canvas. You are an artist. Pablo Picasso said, I believe that every child, every human is an artist. The problem is that we forget. Each one of us are artists, and we could say artists in the sense of painting, dancing, singing, yes, but everyone doesn't do those arts. But the art is the art of living, right? The art of bringing something from mind and from spirit into existence, birthing something from nothing. That's the art, because that's what art is creating something from your mind. That's what art is. Art is taking a thought, taking an idea, taking an energy, capturing it, and then figuring out how to put it here so that you can see it and others can experience it. That's painting, that's sculpting, that's dance, that's singing, that's building a new world. That's my art. My main art is building a new world. It's bringing this vision of paradise I have, right? This vision of paradise I have in my head, and this knowing of paradise that I have in my spirit, bringing that into existence, bringing that into physical, tangible existence. People could. What does paradise feel like? It feels like this. What does it look like? It looks like this. It looks like people taking care of each other. It looks like people in the neighborhood getting the food that they want and need and deserve. Right? It looks like people being able to talk about their problems, their challenges. Because paradise is not without challenges. Right? It's not without loss. It's not without failure. No, that's not what it means. Right? It's not what paradise means. Paradise means being able to take all of that and make something beautiful with it. Take all of that and come sit down in the circle, come to the table, come with the people, communicate, share, and then go about your business, right? Because you was able to share and you was able to receive, right? That's what happens in circles. That's what happens when we gather as a community. We give, we share, we also receive. And this is the key. You can't just keep taking without giving. You got to give something. And the reality is you got to give before you receive. Life is forgiving. Shout out to my brother Todd Jones, Cousins Dozen, my brother with the best vegan mini donuts on the planet. Even before I was vegan, he had the mini donuts and they were the best on the planet then. He started making the vegan ones, still best vegan mini donuts on the planet. Todd Jones told me over a decade ago, leaving the meeting at the Coliseum Mall in Jamaica, Queens. I was walking to the train, he was walking to his bus or walking to his car, I think. And he said, life is forgiving, not forgetting. And it hit me because forgive and forget, right? Like life is forgiving. It's forgiving. Life forgives you. Life forgives you. Life doesn't forget, but life forgives you. You got to give. It's forgiving. Give. Give of yourself. Freely you receive, freely you give. You've been given life for free. You've been given the hardest test in the world that you didn't have to pay for. People pay for these kind of wisdoms, these kind of experiences. People pay for this kind of joy, this kind of these jewels. People pay for this. You got it for free. You just had to, it wasn't free. You had to endure some things. You had to endure some things. You had to go through some pain, some challenges, some loss, some heartache, some heartbreak, some failure, some disappointment. Somebody had to look at you, tell you they love you, and then later on tell you you ain't shit. You ain't crap. You can't do this. You ain't gonna be that. You have to experience that they build you up and then tear you down. Oh yeah, you great, but you're not that great. Like, don't get they tell you you're great, they lift you up, they love you because you're great, but the same reason they love you, same reason they hate you. They love you because you're great, but they hate you because you're great and you outshine them. So be careful. Be careful of where you spend your time. Be careful of who you share your energy with. Right? Be careful. Be mindful. Be mindful. Be mindful of who you share your dreams with, who you share your passions with, who you share your love with. Give everyone the who you are, right? Give everyone your light, right? You are a loving person. You are light. Share that with everybody who comes in contact with you. But where you share your specific time, your one-on-one time, the secrets of your heart, can't give that to everybody, right? Somebody said long time ago. Said, don't give your pearls to pigs, for fear they will trample them underfoot, turn and devour you. Do not give your pearls to pigs, for fear they will trample them underfoot, turn and devour you. One more time, do not give your pearls to pigs, meaning that wisdom that you have, you can't give to people who eat slop. People who are comfortable with nothing, people who are satisfied with nothing, people who are reveling in their trash. You cannot give them your jewels. They're going to throw it away, or they're going to look at you. They're going to look at you like, oh, what you trying to say? You trying to say that what I got ain't good enough? You trying to say what I got ain't enough? And now they attack you because you think you better than me. You think you better than me? You think you better than me? Who are you to come in here and tell me what I shouldn't be doing and what I could have and what I need and all of this stuff? Get out of here before we hurt you. Painful. Unfortunate, but divine. So can you accept the divine plan for your life? Can you? We find $100. We get extra $1,000, right? Bonus, right? We get, right? Some magical blessing happens. And we say, life is perfect. Life is good. God is good. Right? All is divine. Yes, I knew I should have came this way. It was divine. It is. Ha! But so is the opposite. So is the losing $100. Divine. Right? So is the losing, not just the finding, but the losing is divine. Not just the birth of the baby is divine, but the death is also divine. No coincidence, I lost 9 children. Talking to my sis yesterday, right? Went to go check my sis yesterday. Was talking about number 3, right? Number 3, the power of 3. Power of 3. I said, help me understand, right? Help me understand, because you got some spiritual wisdom. Help me understand how 2 years old, Fire, go from 10922 157th Street, right? To 4106 Vernon Boulevard, Queensbridge. 3s. Get shot 3 times. Do 3 years in prison. Have 3 sets of twins by 3 different women. 9 children total lost. 3s. So many 3s. Help me understand. Because I understand that it means, right? Like, I understand. But help me go deep into the spirit realm. Like, Why and how? Because I could articulate was I'm very confident. I'm pretty good, right? I'm pretty good at articulating and understanding. But like, it's always good to have somebody else's wisdom, somebody else to share wisdom and perspective. Like, this is happening because of that, because that and this person did that, and that's why this is happening. Divine plan. If we don't go to Queensbridge, if there's no fire, if my grandfather doesn't, I think, throw the cigarette in the freaking boiler room and there's a boiler fire burning through the freaking steps, my mother got to jump down and burn a flight of stairs with me at 2 years old. If that doesn't happen, we don't end up in Queensbridge. We don't end up in Queensbridge. My life doesn't go the way it is. Because I promise you, I live in South Jamaica, right? It's still, right, the hood, right? It's I guess, middle class, but it's still the hood. 40 projects right there, Baisley projects right there, shootings right there, gambling outside, so still a hood. Right, just a house, right? Just a house, nice neighborhood, but the hood, right? Neighborhood, hood, right? Still urban, right? Still some challenges, right? If I don't go to Queens, that fight doesn't happen, and we don't go to Queens, my life turns out completely different. Better or worse, I don't know, but I know it's not this. I could not be here. If there's no fire at 2 years old, we don't move to Queensbridge. Maybe something else happens at 9 years old. Maybe something happens at 25 years old. I'm not here at 41, but I'm here at 41. I'm here at 41 not because I was very aware and conscious and intentional about getting here at 41. I'm here at 41 because even in my unconsciousness, even in my unconscious decisions to risk my life and my freedom and potentially hurt others at some points in my life, there was a divine plan for my life. There was a plan for my life that my ancestors planned long before I was conceived. Long before my parents met, my ancestors, my oldest ancestors, my oldest grandmama and grandfather, Mother Nature and Father Time, my oldest ancestors planned for me. They planned this reality. They knew that this right here, right, it's like taking the light out of a box. This light right here, we got to put this some things here. This light is gonna grow to be a big light. So we gotta dust it off, but we gotta put it through some things. It's a tree, the biggest tree in the world. Right, the biggest tree in the world. First was once a small seed, and the biggest tree in the world endured a lot of winters. It endured a lot of winters. It went through a lot of times when it was dormant and there was no growth. Seemingly, no growth on the outside. It didn't seem like the tree was growing. It was the same size, what it seems like for years. I like the story of the bamboo. The bamboo tree is, you plant it, 5 years, really nothing happens. But then in 6 months, it sprouts crazy. So did it grow in 6 months? Right? Did it grow in 6 months? No. Asinine to think that. It was the whole 5-year process. It was the process that sprouts. Right? It's the process. It's the process. It's the process of being in that shell of the dormancy, right? Of the winters, of taking the rain, of taking the snow, of taking the hardness of life, of taking all of that. Right? Holding it, taking it. We've seen the movies, we've seen the cartoons, we've seen the games. Well, I think Dragon Ball Z, they take the pain, they shoot it back, and it's way more powerful, right? So it was holding the hardness of life. It was experiencing all of winter, all of the stuff of winter. And then when it was time, a time that was unknown consciously, a time that you could feel, okay, now it's time to go. We could feel it. Get in tune, get into your spirit. You could feel when it's time to sprout. You could feel it. All right, it's time to sprout now. Okay, it's time to go up. It's time to go up. And you got to follow that, right? Like, you got to follow that. And there's really nothing you can do about it. Because it's a divine plan for your life. So can you accept going through the fire? Can you accept the pain, the loss, the heartache, the heartbreak, the betrayal, the disappointment, the failures, the losses? Can you accept the divine plan for your life with grace and humility? Can you take a loss and keep smiling? Brother Keenan D. Williams asked him that the other day, pitch competition, young people. He spoke first specifically, he used the example. He said he was playing the beanbag game, right, with somebody, and he said he beat him. So you smiled. He said, but can you smile if you lose this competition? Can you hear no and still smile? Can you lose? Can you get divorced? Cry, but still smile like, okay, something's better for me. I'm hurting right now, but something is better for me. I know that. I know that my next winner said every loss leads to your W. Every L leads to a W. I like he put 2 L's together and makes a W. I'm like, whoa, I didn't think about that. And that goes back to some old math, right? 2 negatives equal positive, right? It's It's all divine. It's all working out in your favor. You are one with nature. You are one with the divine. You are eternal. You are everlasting. You are perfect. You are perfect. Your imperfections are perfection. It's deep trust. It's deep faith. It's a deep knowing that everything is aligned, that everything is working out for you. Deep, deep, deep knowing. Deep faith, deep trust. But all you got to do is look back at your life. So all you got to do is look back at your life. You overcome everything already, right? Everything that you've overcome, you've been able to use the wisdom from it. You've been able to share. When I went through this, you've been able to share some wisdom, some knowledge with somebody at some point in your life, right? Even if it's just yourself to get through something else, right? Can you accept the divine plan for your life with grace and humility? It's very tough. It's not an easy thing to do, but it is necessary. Absolutely necessary. And I am here to help you. I'm sure you have other people in your life who are there to help you. If you don't, I am here, right? You see me, you know where to find me. Know that you are loved. Know that you are cherished. Know that you are sacred and you are adored. Know that you are cared for. Know that your journey matters. Know that your dreams, your prayers are heard. Your prayers are heard. But you got to sit in the chambers of your heart and listen for the guidance. And listen, and understand that our Christian brothers would say, God ain't going to take you to it if God ain't going to bring you through it. They would say, God ain't going to take you to it if God ain't going to bring you through it. So everything that the divine leads you to, the divine will lead you through. Your ancestors are always with you. Always with you. Your blood, your breath that's proof of that, right? It's proof that you are always with God, always with your ancestors, your breath, your blood, your skin, your eyes, right? Every part of your being is an example and proof that the divine is with you, that your ancestors got you. You are an expression. You are a manifestation of their thoughts, of their prayers, of their hopes, of their dreams, of their fears even. Right? Of all of the tears and all of the blood, you are that. You grew from that. So lean in deeper to yourself. Lean in deeper to your pain. Lean into the uncomfortability, to the discomfort. Lean into it. Extract the wisdom from it. Don't go through it just to go through it, but grow through it so that you can glow through it, right? Grow through it so that you can glow through it, because once you grow through it, you're still gonna go through things, but now you're glowing. Now you growing through it, and you're moving through it with light now, as opposed to darkness and sadness. You're moving through it with grace and humility and harmony and passion and power and purpose, and understanding that it's just taking me to a path, baby. The lightness is at the end of the tunnel. It is. But you gotta endure the darkness. You gotta keep going. You can't fall asleep. Can't stop going. You may get hit by a train. Right? You fall asleep. The rats may get you. Right? The rats may get you, man. It's New York City, baby. It's for real out here. Right? But yo, listen, man, I love you guys. Right? You are each powerful. Your mission is your mission. Your journey is your journey. It is specifically for you. 50 Cent said, God's a seamstress that tailor fitted my pain. God's a seamstress that tailor fitted my pain. Your pain is tailor made for you. Why? Because your blessings are tailor made for you. Your blessings are your blessings. Therefore, you got to have your lessons, right? You got to overcome. Love you guys. Thank you. Thank you for being here with me on another Sunday. Sunday Lights. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for commenting. Sefusen Kofa, what's going on, my brother? Peace and love. Peace and love, my sister Maylin. Peace and love. Peace and love. Oh, y'all talking Spanish in here? Okay. I see y'all. Can we get some Palo Santo, please, my love? Can we get some Palo Santo? Do a light meditation and get out of here. What's going on? What's going on? Sucker Free Vegan. Yo, Johan Nostra, what's going on? Black Pill Radio, what's going on? Christina Marie, what's going on? Peace and love. 50 got no sense. What's going on, my brother? Peace and love. On the Run Vegan, you waiting for us? We coming, my brother. We're gonna get down into Miami, man. At some point this summer, my brother. We're gonna get down there, Miami, some time on the beach, some time and some of your good food, man. I've been telling my fiance all about the food, vegan food truck, man. We still need one in New York. All right, we still need to figure out how to get one up here in the city, baby. Thank you, my love. So we burn this Palo Santo to settle our spirits, to settle our energies, to bring us closer to the essence of life, the essence of ourselves. I invite you to get comfortable. If you are sitting and your feet can touch the floor, allow your feet to be planted firmly on the floor, or any way that you can make your feet planted firmly beneath you. If you're sitting, allow your back to be straightened by the chair behind you. Allow your arms to fall by your side or in your lap. Allow your head to lean forward so that your chin is in your chest. And allow your eyes to close ever so softly. Or as Mona would say, find a soft gaze. You just sink into the space of the moment. Sink into your spirit. Becoming aware of your breath. Becoming aware of your breathing. Not trying to control it. Not trying to manipulate it. Simply becoming aware of it. And as we become aware of our breathing, and our breathing settles at a steady pace, turn your attention to your mind. Become aware of all of the mind stuff. Become aware of all of the sounds. If there are birds chirping outside of your window, become aware. If there are sounds in your apartment or in your house, become aware. Become aware of the sound of my voice. Become aware of any sensations in your body, like maybe your stomach rumbling, maybe an ache in your shoulder, ache in your foot. Become aware of any sensations that may be going through your body. Become aware of all of your thoughts, all of the hopes and the dreams and the fears of tomorrow. Become aware of all of the regrets and the memories of yesterday. Become aware of all of the joys and the pains of today. Simply become aware. Become aware. And as your breathing has settled and as your mind begins to slow down and become still, I want you to create an image of yourself decked in royalty, royal clothing. See yourself as royal. See yourself as noble. See yourself as a star. What does your crown look like? Do you have a robe on or a suit? What does it look like? Are there jewels, stones? What colors are they? How heavy are they? What kind of shoes do you have on? What's on your feet, or are you barefoot? What kind of jewelry do you have on your wrists? What kind of chains or necklaces do you have on? Do you have any rings? See yourself in the royal light. See yourself as someone who has all of the treasure. And as you see yourself, as you create this image of yourself dressed as royalty, also see the challenge and the road it took to get there. And in your heart, accept it. In your heart, submit. Submit to the path. Submit to the way. Submit to the will of the divine, trusting that you will always care for, knowing that your path is for you, and at the end of the journey, at the end of the pain, there is beauty. And if you can endure, you will be seen as royalty. You will be seen as the noble one. People will come to you for jewels. They will come to you for gems. They will come to you for wisdom and for light. So sit in that space for a moment. Accept that responsibility. Know that you are loved. Know that you are cherished. Know that you are sacred and you are adored. You are stronger than you think. You are more powerful than you know. And you are greater than you could ever imagine. Shay. I love you guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Travel safe. Peace. Till next time.